All right, shalom. First up, step I said our first see how about Shem Shai, about Shem Kakadash, that will honor to the elders and the apostles that we will, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. This is Salakia. Quick lesson. Satan. Lesson. Salakia, bear with me. All right.
It was 6:45 a.m. in the morning on Sunday. Typically, we're not up at that point in time. We're getting ready for church about 7 a.m., but we were woken with a huge, ginormous shake on.
All right, Salakia, this is on Associated Press. House explosion in Maryland kills 2 and damages nearby homes. So the Lord, well, this is impromptu, so we're gonna read into it. But it looked like the Lord gave somebody a grievous death by way of blowing up.
On our building, we're in the top floor of a condo building with no elevator, so the whole building was shaking. We are about 0.3 miles from where the blast happened, and I thought it was a major earthquake. My daughter says otherwise. What did you say it was? I thought it was a bomb. Really? What were you thinking in that moment? You think you can get out of the house? Yeah, get out of the house. And then when you said it was an earthquake, like right away, like you got out of the house. We live in all brick condo buildings, so it's all brick, and it was still enormous amounts of shaking. To the point where we have large AC vents in the side of the building, and the AC vents popped out the sides to dislocate and things like that. We came out of the building and came down to the press conference to specifically ask the authorities if it's safe for us to even remain in the buildings today in case there are any structural damage and foundational damages. We wanted to know if we need to evacuate or not. Nature gives us what we need to protect ourselves. Like elderberries. Nature's way combined.
So the Lord jacking these Edomites up, man. Curses are going upon them. They're losing things. They're dying left and right. And the neighborhood look like it's an Edomite neighborhood. It's all Edomites on the screen. But this says Bel Air, MD. 2 people were killed and 12 families displaced after a Maryland house exploded Sunday amid reports of a possible gas leak, fire officials said. Neighbors described feeling and hearing the early morning blast that damaged a number of surrounding houses in Bel Air, a town about 30 miles, which is 50 kilometers northeast of Baltimore. It says firefighters were called to the area around 6:40 a.m. for a report of a gas leak and an outdoor odor of gas, said Oliver Alkier, a master deputy with the state fire marshal's office. Alkier said that as firefighters were approaching, they began receiving calls that the house had exploded. First responders pronounced one person dead at the scene, and a second body was later found in the rubble. Right, so the Lord exploded the house on them. It says Al-Kir said that a home next door to the explosion was heavily damaged, and a woman in the house was treated for injuries on the scene. 2 utility workers were in the area to work on a reported electrical issue, but authorities didn't immediately say if that was related to the explosion. The first victim was found. The first victim found was later identified as a contractor for the utility BGE, according to a statement released by Harford County Fire and EMS. The state fire marshal's officials said later Sunday the second body was found in the rubble of the home at the center of the blast. The person is believed to be the home's 73-year-old owner, but positive identification was pending, according to the fire official statement. Investigators were also working to establish how many houses were damaged and how far the blast radius was. Harford County fire officials said that at least 12 families have been displaced due to damage to neighboring houses. Authorities said there was no ongoing threat to the public. I've been on the job for nearly 18 years, and this is one of the largest explosions I've seen, Al-Kir said. A photo posted by county officials shows several firefighters around the rubble of the home with another damaged home in the background. It says charred pieces of wood was heaped on the property and insulation and splintered wood spilled out into the streets. Small pieces of debris hung from nearby trees. Later in the morning, emergency workers were seen using heavy equipment to search through the rubble. More than 60 first responders came to the scene. What the hell you get on the damn fucking responders for? uh, from multiple agencies. The state fire marshal, sheriff, and federal bureau of alcohol, tobacco, and firearms were assisting with the probe, as is standard procedure. Lisa Swalico, who lives in a nearby condominium, said the explosion woke her and her three children and knocked a pet bird to the ground. She said the roof structure on four condominium buildings buckled and sent aluminum siding from the roof down to the ground. She attended a news conference at a nearby library to ask officials if it was safe to be in the building. She said she felt the force of the explosion. The whole building shook like a major earthquake. She said in an interview her 8-year-old daughter described it as scary. When her mother asked her how she felt when it happened. All right, it says, I thought a bomb dropped, Micah said. The blast woke up Greg Clifford from a heavy sleep inside his townhouse about a block away. He first thought that a tree had fallen on his deck or that a lightning strike caused the loud noise. It just shook the whole thing, Clifford said. It was crazy loud. He also noticed some damage to his home. The window in my bedroom is pulled away from the framing of the house. Clifford said, I mean, I can look straight down to my deck, my basement door, the glass, it didn't shatter, but it blew in and my frames all cracked out. Right, man, so the Lord exploded the house from this woman and this dude, man. Okay, Slocky, bear with me. This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 4. They shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth. Right, a grievous death is what the Lord has been giving out lately, and this is the case of that. When all hell break loose, it's gonna be just like this, but worse, because you're gonna have the bodies laying all over the streets. That's why it says, they shall, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth. You're gonna have bodies laying everywhere upon the face of the earth from all the hell that's gonna take place in them days, you know. But people not gonna cry for their loved ones or nothing in them days because it's gonna be so much death. Just like right now, people are really kind of being prepared and getting ready because that's all that's going on right now is death, you know. But I'm looking up this word grievous. All right, bear with me. Grievous as an adjective of something bad, very severe or serious. Yeah, causing or characterized by severe pain, suffering, or sorrow. Right, a grievous wound, a grievous loss, oppressive. Right, so she died a grievous death, or they died a grievous death, because you got houses that ain't even close to house taking damage, let alone a human body. But it says Jeremiah 16:4, they shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword. The sword is a killing instrument, knife, gun, etc. And by famine, famine is lack of food, so people starving, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the field, right? A beast of the earth. Beast of the earth is, these wolves and coyotes and, you know, these animals are going to eat these people, you know, in them days. So these Edomites, and more than likely those Edomite, the Lord is paying them back, man, for what they have done to us, to the Israelites, the so-called black/Native Americans, man. 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe, being destruction to the world, and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Right, man. So that's civil unrest. That's eventually coming, but it's destruction to you people, man, because this death and stuff ain't gonna stop, man. So I can bear with me. This second Ezra chapter 16. I'm going to start verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. One of the plagues is death, man. Verse 17. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Right? So the Lord is sending all these plagues upon this place to straighten out his people. Now, just say it wasn't the Edomite. It was an Israelite that looks like Edomite. Still judgment from Yahweh Shema Shai. The people that the Lord are killing now in these times are those who don't, all of his people, those who don't want to return unto him, and then other nations are being judged for what they have done to us in their previous lives. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. There's only one God, Yahweh, then the Son, Yahweh Shai. All the rest of the gods are idols. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal, right? So the Lord determined your death, and if you make it out, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand, right? So when's your time to go? It's your time to go, all because of the Lord is paying this world back for his wickedness. The people are wicked, so the Lord is judging. This is the judge time of judgment, man. The spring part not by Shemel Shai, starting with the apostles on down, have been teaching the word, giving everybody that warning, like the scriptures say. It's worse of deaths than this going on, and yet more death to come. This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms. Right, countries. America's his own country. Russia, it has its own country. Those are also great kingdoms, as well as other countries of war. And we see war happening in the media right now. And through the Spirit of Everybody Shema Shai, we've been speaking on this. And of evil, evil is bad time, all this death and stuff going on. And of pestilence, diseases, all types of diseases going on in the USA, measles, new shit that they got one going on, H1N5 or 53T, then COVID still around. All these diseases are around and happening now today at the same time. So that's how you know these scriptures are true in speaking. The a prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord Yahweh hath truly sent him. So that's how you know who a prophet. When you speak on something, when a man, when the prophet speaks and lets you know what's going to happen before it happens, then it eventually happens. You got prophets, which false teachers, in various groups, even within the church community in Islam. You know, they're not gonna tell you of the truth. A lot of people now are starting to see it and say things, but you got guys out there that still prophesying peace and America not gonna be destroyed and everything gonna be okay. Things like that. That's prophesying of peace, and when the Lord is actually bringing death and destruction to this place. You got guys still trying to be a part of the American society and help build it up and vote. You know, all that is in vain and against the Bible. And guys like that, the Lord gonna kill. So with that being said, call Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honors to the elders and the apostles that were well, and salutations to the brothers and sisters doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.